Hi everyone, this is Deborah and I'm here with the ladies from Eden and we are speaking truth. So today, ahead of our conference in October, the end of October, kind of wanted to do a little bit of a spoiler alert slash testimony. Right, so the topic of the conference is going to be from the book of Judges on Deborah. So what I wanted to share was in Judges 5, verse 7b, until Deborah arose as a mother for Israel. So she speaks of herself, the scripture speaks of her as a wife, a judge, a prophetess. She also goes into military advisement. We know in Judges 5 that she and Barak, she has created the song that they sing. So a songwriter, worshiper, a lot of titles here, but when she speaks of herself, she says, I, Deborah, arose as a mother to Israel. So what I want to take from that as a spoiler for the conference is to say that if Deborah had not arose, right, maybe nothing would have changed for her people. But because she did arise, and she arose not only in all of those titles, but as a mother. So in today's world, we can arise as mothers, and we have different capacities, right? So some of us have little children at home. So in that respect, when we're arising as mothers, it is literally, right? So you are there, you are nurturing them, you are preparing them to be successful in their Christian walk. You're praying over them. You have a great responsibility in arising in that capacity as a mother. And like myself, with adult children, if I arise as a mother now in my walk of life, I'm going to arise in a spiritual sense. Maybe I would view someone that doesn't have a parent that's alive. They don't have anybody to kind of guide them. I might attach myself in that situation and kind of guide and lead. But we can look out for new believers, new in the faith, and we can step up and arise as a spiritual guidance for them. And it's just a great opportunity. The Lord will bring us those opportunities across our path. One of the things that I wanted to share was, if you're new in the faith and you've just come to Christ, or you're just getting into the Word, and we're so proud of you for that. Look around the church. There's some older ladies that have been through some things and they have seen Jesus bring them through, and get to know them, form those relationships, because they have a deeper sense at times of who Jesus is, and through their testimony you can begin to know and strengthen yourself. And as you grow and your testimonies grow, then you're going to be able to rise up and help somebody that's under you, right? And so it's a lot like teamwork. Like Deborah on one end of the bookend and JL on the other end of the bookend, they worked as a team to defeat the enemy, in that day. So sometimes it is a teamwork. But I wanted to share a testimony with you. There's many things that I can say about the Lord and what He's done for me in my life. One of the testimonies, as I was thinking about this, is in our walk, maybe it hasn't happened to you, but I had it happen to me, where you kind of get ahead of God and you're not really prepared. There's always going to be a time of preparation with the Lord before you step into something. So I was in that time of preparation, right? I was in Bible college, and I thought the best thing that I could want for myself is to work for the Lord. And I took that in the literal sense of like mission work. I didn't know if it was going to be long term or short term, but that was kind of what I was targeting. So I sold my home, bought a camper. A lady that I knew had a hookup for an RV on her property. She offered it to me. It was very low rent, and I downsized to a camper. So there I was in the winter in a camper, and let me tell you what a wake up call. It was cold. Um, I was in my first year of Bible college, and there was no way that I was really ready to step out into. I just wasn't prepared, and I got ahead of God, and it just takes us a while to figure that out, right? And so when I did, it was about the time that her expectation of what I was to be doing, she imposed that and said, look, I thought you would be on the mission field by now, so since you're still here, I have some garden work, and all these other impositions were coming on me because of where I had put myself. It wasn't God's plan to put me there, but I got ahead of him, and so there I was. And once I confessed that to him, I realized that I've gotten ahead of you in this, and here I am, and you see my situation, and now other things are coming on to me that I never counted on having to be a part of, and I am asking you for a home. I'm asking you for a home. If you open the door, I'm going to step through it, and that's how I left it. And within a week, a gentleman came into my office, and he told me that he had a property that he was going to list, and did I know anybody that was looking for a home? And I said, well, as a matter of fact, I do. So I made an appointment with him to go look at the home. And the home, when I looked at it, though I could have bought the home from him, wasn't everything that I had hoped for. You know, there's just certain things that you really just don't want, like either you don't want to live in the city or you don't want to live in the country. Well, this had a driveway that was kind of at this angle, and I thought, I would never want to have, I would not like that. So there was the driveway, and I thought, oh boy. And then it only had one bathroom. And the bathroom, I don't know, they had cut the tub to make it seem like a step-in shower. And I said, I either need it to be a step-in shower or a tub. I mean, this is kind of like, I don't know. So he said, well, I'll have to go back and look at what it would cost me and pricing and whatever. So I would have settled had I chose that home. But the next day, doing a menial task, I believe my daughter and I were washing the dog, and I got a call from somebody that said, hey, I heard you were in the market looking for something, and I have something that's just come on the market, and the bank has dropped the price significantly. And I said, give me the address and we'll be right over. He says, you better jump on this because other people are going to be looking. So I rode over there with my daughter. We looked at it, and it had everything that I needed. It had a fenced backyard for her dog, plenty of space, enough bedrooms. It even had things that I didn't voice that I would have liked, like bay windows and French doors. It had all of that. And so we went across the street and filled out the contract in the vice president's office with suds still on our clothes from the dog. And he said, I don't believe I've ever seen you like this. I said, well, I don't believe I've ever come in here like this. But it's like time is of the essence, right? So I closed on the home, and I have to say, it was all a God thing. The first home that I looked at was on Diablo Drive. And Diablo, I think, means the devil, and as the girl that worked for me said. And I said, well, maybe God needs somebody on Devil Drive, right? But the home that the Lord opened up for me that was perfect for me was on DeHaven Avenue. And my cross street is Divine. So there you go. So, you know, that's one of the testimonies that I have about things that God has done for me. you know He's not a respecter of persons. Maybe it's not a home that you need. Maybe you have another area in your life that you're seeking God's direction, or an answer to your prayer. Put that petition out. The Bible tells us to put it in writing. And as I heard someone say on TV just this morning, put your petition out there. This is what I'm asking you for, God. Bring it to His feet. Give it to Him and say, could you do this for me or better? Because we know His ways are higher than our ways. So we don't want to limit what He would do by giving Him a petition that He might do better. And so she said, I begin to add that to my prayer, or better. So that's kind of just a little nugget there. And I hope that the testimony today has encouraged you. It certainly has encouraged me. I still have the home. It's been a blessing to me, to my family, and God is so good. All right, have a blessed afternoon. Bye.